Hi, and welcome to Homolidens, the channel on history and board games. And I'm really happy because tonight we're playing a game that I've been expecting for quite a while. We're going to be playing Molly House, and we're going to play it with one of the designer, Jo Kelly, who was the original designer because you were the participant in the Zenobia Award process. And yeah, so I've heard about this during the Zenobia Award. I was one of the like not a jury, but I was one of the early judges that were reviewing some of the material and everything, and I followed the whole process, and I was really excited about this. And now this game is a reality. This game has been out after a very successful campaign with Wehrlegig, and I'm really excited that it is an object here in this world. So we're going to be playing with you, Jo. You're going to do rolling teach, so people watching us are going to better understand the mechanics. And if they bought the game and still haven't played it, this is a right place to be at, because then hopefully we will create this motivation for you to play it and ease the process of learning the rules. But we have a few guests. But first of all, I would like you, Jo, maybe to quickly introduce yourself, and then I'll do the rest of the round table.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think you did a very good job of introducing me already, but yeah, my name's Jo. I was the original designer of this game, which is now um, a kind of collaboration with Cole Wehrle and Wehrlegig, which is now the game Molly House, which is out on Wehrlegig now. And yeah, it's taken me 4 years to make it, and it's finally arrived. So yeah, thank you.
So for 4 years, did yeah, I think it's important that you say this, because I guess a lot of people who want to start making games think that you can have an idea, make a prototype, and you're almost good to go. It is really like it is a long process, and it can be
Yeah.
really tiring. Would you say, just before we do the rest of the presentation, that did it give you the appetite to do more games after this one, or do you think that 4 years is too much and you never want to do it ever again?
No, I am going to do more games for sure. Yeah. Um, Maybe not all historical games, but definitely more historical games at some point.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great to hear. And as our first guest and one of my opponents, so we have Ash. So Ash, very happy to have you on. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Ash, and my partner Fig and I run a channel called QueerTabletops. It's mostly Instagram, but we mess around a little bit on some other channels too. And yeah, we just love to. We love looking at definitely like queer games. There's a few of those out there, but mostly we just like looking at games from like a socio-political perspective, just kind of like in using our hobby of gaming to engage into like interesting or thoughtful dialogue about life, the whole world. So
That sounds like a really good project, and I think that looking at games with a political perspective will make you feel right at home on HoloLens. I think that's also the idea. So yeah, it's I started following you on Instagram after Jo mentioned you, and I really think you're doing some really interesting stuff. You are also on Blue Sky. Are you planning on having a YouTube channel at some point, or what's the plan for Queer Tabletop?
yeah, I would love to move into YouTube one day. I mean, we've been doing it mostly through Instagram for like 4 years now, and I think it's a matter of like finishing stabilizing the business, my like income I've been working on for a long time before I can shift towards that or have the time or space. But I'm excited to explore it one day, especially because I'm long-winded, so I need a space for long form content. I'm always trying to like cram everything down. That's why Blue Sky, I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm like, I can't do 2 sentences. What am I gonna talk about in 2 sentences?
But anyway, people can find you on Instagram, and looking forward to finally have you on YouTube when you eventually get there. And our next guest is Chris, coming straight from the Homely Dance Discord server. Can you tell us a bit about yourself, Chris?
Yes, hello. I'm Chris Flores. Like Fred said, you see me pretty active in the Homo Ludens. And next person to speak here, Lord of the Board, Sam. I've been talking a bit in his Discord, and you'll see me in those as Chris Barley. And I gave Fred a full disclaimer before agreeing to do this that as long as he's cool with me also releasing my first YouTube video about how to play of this game. I've been kind of chipping away at it, and so hopefully you'll see me soon doing some stuff under the name Hop on Board, and that is a full-on beer pun. And that's it.
Yeah, that's completely legitimate to do some beer puns. That's fine. Looking forward to it. And finally, last but not least, my nemesis, Sam, Lord of the Board. I'm upset with you based on our last game. I think you are a disgusting character, but here you are again on my channel. Can you briefly introduce yourself? Yeah.
I'm so glad that I still am. I'm back. I'm glad that you invited me back, Fred. Yeah, last game was gross, but this game is going to be much better. We're friends, spreading joy. If you don't know me, I am Sam. I run a YouTube channel called Lord of the Board, and it's like Lord of the Board everywhere else. I usually honestly, I make a lot of videos about Root. It's my favorite board game of all time. But I make videos on like other games that I really enjoy. And Fred is actually who got me into historical games. So from there, I've gotten really addicted to kind of finding that passion in my own self and exploring so many amazing games. One of them being Molly House. This game is really, really, really great. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Fred, and everyone.
Well, I'm super happy to have all of you on. And tonight, as you can see, we're like players from a lot of different places in the world, and we're going to be playing on screentop.gg. And Jo, is this module accessible to everyone, and if so, where can it be found?
Yeah. So there's a link to it on the Wehrlegig Discord, which is publicly available to get onto. So yeah, if you want to check it out on ScreenTop, you can just go there.
Great. But I guess we're ready to go. And Jo, I will leave the floor to you to give us your rolling teach.
Okay, cool. So this game's called Molly House. For anyone who doesn't know, this game is about queer communities in London in the 1720s. And the players in this game are playing as members of that community. So you're all playing as individuals, and your main aim in this game is to score joy. So generally, the player who has the highest joy at the end of the game is going to be the winner of this game. So on the right-hand side of this board, there is the joy track, and it's just works like a score track essentially. That's going to track your joy. However, you're only going to get to that ending if the community joy also reaches 30 by the end of one of the weeks in the game. So there's an element of collaboration. You will have to work together to some extent to get community joy up to 30. If you fail to do that by the end of the 5th week, then the community is going to atrophy, and basically it's going to fall apart and no one's going to win the game. You all lose. So there's a slight semi-cooperative edge to the game, but it is competitive, and there will normally just be one winner. So the way that you're going to score joy is by fulfilling desires. So there's a deck of cards that looks a bit like a regular playing card deck. It has 4 suits, and it has numbered cards, and then a few face cards. So the numbered cards are shown here. They come in 4 suits. So we've got pentacles, which is the yellow suit. We've got fans, which is the green suit. We have cups, the blue suit, and hearts, which is the red suit. So number cards are desires. If anything tells you that you have to play a desire, that's what it means. It's just a numbered card. These each have a bit of text from original kind of sources from the period, and they also have a number of stars on the side. Those stars that's the potential joy that you can get by fulfilling that desire, and you're going to fulfill desires by playing cards in what are called festivities, which is kind of the main crux of the game, and making sure that they form part of that festivity. If you do that, you score the joy in it, and it will enter into your reputation. But I will explain all of that later when we actually get into the festivities. There are also face cards. So there's a Jack and Queen in each suit. Jacks and Queens kind of represent other members of the community outside of just you four. And these can also be scored in festivities. They won't score you any joy when you do that, but they will enter into your reputation, which kind of represents some kind of relationship that you formed with them. And you can score bonus joy if you have a molly in your reputation, and then you score a matching desire in a festivity. That's how you're going to get more joy. You can also do it by cruising with a matching desire as well, but I will explain that when we get to it. Then the other types of cards are the threats, which have this kind of black border around the letter in the top left. So we have a constable and we have a rogue. They represent the people who are trying to get evidence against the community and try and shut it down. So you can score them in festivities, and if you do that, that's kind of foiling the threat, getting them off your scent, essentially. But also, if they don't score, they're going to go into a gossip pile, and that's going to potentially be bad. That's how they're going to try and get evidence against the molly houses to try and get them closed. So I'm just going to go straight into the rolling teach, I think, from there.
Great.
So I'm going to gather all of the cards.
And I must say, the art on the cards is amazing. Did you use period art for it, or was it drawn by someone who was inspired by period art? How did you source the art on the cards?
So the art was done by Rachel Ford, who's an amazing artist. We put out a call for people who could do art in the kind of Georgian style, because basically there's no real surviving art of mollies from the period, and any pieces that are available are not particularly flattering, as you can imagine. So we thought it was important to get an illustrator in to kind of represent the community in a kind of positive light. So these are all original. Every card is individually illustrated with a different illustration. So Rachel did an amazing job with the art.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And just for the people watching the stream, first of all, I don't know if I told you this, but thanks for watching. That's the first thing. The second thing is you can see my cards. I'm playing green. And of course, the people in the stream right now are not looking at my hand of cards, because that would be rude, and they would definitely never do that. But yeah, so you're going to see it from my perspective, but I will try to give you an overview as much as I can. If you have any question, please feel free to add a comment, either to Jo or to me if you want me to show something specifically on the board. Sorry, Jo, you can go ahead.
No problem. Cool. So I'll just go through turn structure. It's pretty simple. So I'll put these in the middle. So these are the dice that you're going to roll. So it is a roll and move game. You're going to have a pawn on the board. You're going to roll these dice, and you're going to move your pawn. You're going to choose either one or both of the dice. So with this roll, you could move 2 spaces or 4 spaces. You're going to move that far in either direction around the board, and then you're going to take an action. And there's a list of actions on your player board. So there's 6 actions you can take, and I'm probably just going to walk us through each action individually on different people's turns, just so we can see them all in action, and then I'll let you kind of start actually making choices. So the first thing you need to do is choose a card from your hand and place it face down into your reputation, which is to the right of your player board. Don't worry too much about it. I'm not going to tell you what it does. Just we'll show once you've decided.
I think that even if you told me what it did, I would still have picked randomly. I have no ability in actually making those kinds of decisions.
Cool. Has everyone chosen?
Yep.
Cool. So everyone just reveal at the same time, and I will explain what happens.
Oh, Sam, good man.
I am a good person.
You were question mark.
Yeah.
That is the best thing that you can do with that threat.
It is
So,
true.
so Sam has played a constable, and the suit is important. So Sam is now going to place his pawn onto the board in that corner of the board. So the corner spaces are all molly houses, and the suit of the card you play is determining where your pawn is going to start. So so Chris is going to start in red, and yep, everyone's put them down. So Fred, you played a blue card, so you're going to start in Julius Caesar Taylor's. So your pawn just goes over there.
Oh, I just saw there's the reputation box here. Okay.
Yes, yeah. So Sam's done a good thing for the community. He's played a threat, which means it's just going to get discarded into the safe pile. So when a card goes into the safe pile, which is a face-up pile kind of over here, a threat over here is not going to damage the community. So Sam has done a good thing here.
Yeah, don't say it too much, because then he gets super excited about it, and then it's Sam. So yeah. I'm not sure he did it on purpose. It's like,
I'm the only one who didn't take reputation. Okay, Fred. That's all I'm saying. I foiled the threat, Fred. Okay.
It's very selfless of you, Sam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone else is going to score the joy that was on the desire that they played. So, so Fred, you get 3 joy from this card because there's 3 stars on it. Okay. Right. So everyone has done that. So we're going to start with a random player. Let's start with Fred. So
great,
Fred. You're going to roll these dice in the middle of the board.
I will.
Great.
Oh.
Perfect. Okay. So first thing, this means a market discard. So this little card with an X on it.
Yeah.
So it's going to discard the bottom card from this card market here. Now that happens to be a threat. So when a threat gets discarded, it's going to go into the gossip, but it's also going to expose the most infamous player in that suit, which happens to be you, Fred. You're the only person who has a matching desire in your reputation. So so the threat card is going to go into this face down gossip pile, which is on the board here.
Yeah.
And your card is also going to go in there with him.
Okay.
And you're then going to take a cube, which counts as reputation. So this blue cube here on your player board, that's 1 reputation in the cup suit. Now, card reputation can be got rid of, but cubes are permanent, so you're always going to have this cube for the rest of the game.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Is it? No.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
So Joe, what you're saying is that Fred actually just undid my good work by
that's what I'm saying.
Threat into the gossip pile. Okay.
That's such a weird way to present it. It's
what I heard.
Yeah, that's awful.
So now, Fred, your options are you choose one or both of these dice, and you move as many boots as there are on the dice that you chose. So you can.
But the
move
dice
one.
with this dice is mandatory anyway.
Yeah, so that always happens, but then you can choose that die for movement, which means you don't move because it has no boots on it.
Okay.
So for the purposes of teaching, I'm going to suggest that you don't move and you stay put.
Okay.
We're going to show one of the actions. So we're going to throw a festivity because it's the most important thing that happens in the game.
Great. So that's a sight action.
Yes. So you can only do that on the corner spaces of the board.
Yep.
So you are in Julius Caesar Taylor's Molly House, so you can start a festivity. So the first thing that happens is always that the community will play a card, which will be the top card from the deck. So we're just going to take the top card from the deck and reveal it in the middle of this board over here. So the community has played the 2 of Pentacles. Now we're going to do 2 rounds of card play. On your turn, you can either play a card from your hand, and you play it to kind of your corner of this little play mat in the middle.
Yeah.
What you're trying to do is create a valid festivity. So if you look to the right of your player board, there's a festivity ranking card. So if you could make that big. So once everyone's played all of their cards, we're going to look at all of the cards that were played and see what's the best hand out of these that we can make. So the best thing we can make, so the first thing you're looking for is a surprise ball, which is 4 consecutive cards of the same suit. So a straight flush, essentially, from poker, of 4 cards. So those cards could be played by any player. So Fred, you could have played the 4 of Pentacles, and then Sam could have played the 2 and 3 of Pentacles, and Ash could have played the 1 of Pentacles. That creates a surprise ball.
Okay.
The players who played those cards would then score the joy at the end of the festivity. So that's the best thing you can make. It's quite rare. So the next best thing is a christening. So if any player has played a queen, and then you have a 3 of a kind, so 3 desires of the same value, then you're going to score a christening. Same thing, those players who played those cards will score the cards that they played. If you don't manage a christening, then you're going to look at a dance, which is a jack, and then a run of 3 cards, and they don't have to be the same suit for a dance. So
but they have to be, but they have to be in following. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
And then if you fail to make that, then you have a quiet gathering, which is just the 4 lowest cards that were played in that festivity. Constables count as the lowest possible card. So essentially, if you put on a bad party, the constables are going to be like, well, there's nothing to see here, so I'm just going to go away. That's what you're attempting to do in the festivity. You can freely talk about what is in your hand if you want to. There might be reasons you don't want to divulge stuff, or there might be reasons you want to lie about what you have. But I will just leave you to play a card.
So I'm going to be, because I'm throwing the festivity, I'm playing first, right?
You're going to start, and then we'll go clockwise. So
okay, I'm looking back at this. I'm going to aim for, you know what? I'm going to aim for a dance. So
that's the wrong one, Fred. That's the wrong one.
Yeah,
we're aiming for a christening today.
We're aiming for a christening.
Or I have a lot of cups if you want to go for a surprise ball.
But there's also
wait a minute. Let us talk a bit about what we can.
Talk about your hands.
I didn't want to be too ambitious. I thought it's our first party. We need to get to know each other, and I think a dance is actually a really good way to do that. Then again, if you want to go crazy, we can go for a surprise ball. It looks like Chris is up for it. I don't know how people feel about it. I'm completely open to the idea. The thing is that I would say my hand is only gonna help if we do a dance. For the rest, I'm not sure I can be of any help, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
I think if there are other cups around, I can make a surprise ball probably happen.
Okay.
No cups. I'm a no cup kind of guy.
So maybe Chris and maybe we can work on something regarding cups. Ash, do you feel comfortable with cups, or?
You know, I can't help out with any kind of cups party, but I'm, and I feel like it's a little ambitious without having drawn any cards yet, but if y'all want to have a good time, I'm here.
I think it's ambitious, but then again, I think that Chris has a big energy, and I, like he's going like, I'm kind of all in for it. I think that Chris, I trust you.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Chris,
I
I
was-
trust you. So I will play a 5 of cups.
Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to help the community. I was trying to play off what the community played, so it's fine. I get it. Like I'm the only one that cares about them. It's whatever. dude.
Well, you were caring about doing a lame party. It's like I'm not sure that counts as caring. So whereas Chris wanted it to be bold, and that's pretty cool. And
Alright.
so do we play a single card, Joe, or can we play as many
Yes.
cards? Yeah.
So everyone takes a turn to play a single card or pass. And once you pass, you're out for the rest of the festivity.
And now
Okay,
that 4 is
I'm kinda
cool
hoping
because
for a dance. Maybe a
the
dance.
4 is cool exactly because just in case we don't do a surprise ball, I'm positive we can make a dance happen.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, interesting. What is Sam gonna do?
Cry because
Yeah.
y'all don't want me to find any joy today. It seems.
Your desires may not be
Let's
fulfilled.
let's learn another mechanic here, Joe.
Oh,
Thanks, Sam.
You're welcome.
So when a rogue is played, it has a special power that the person who played it gets to set what number it counts as. So rogues count as desires in festivities, but only if it's not a quiet gathering. They're not interested in coming to your lane party. They want to come to a smash hit party. So yeah, Sam, if you want to take one of these, if you right click, you can set the value.
Got it.
There we go. Cool. So Sam has played this as the 7 of hearts. So now we're going to do second round. So the community is going to play the Constable of Cups. So I should explain, if threats are not included in the party, they will go to gossip and they will also expose players. So if this rogue is not scored, then Sam's going to get exposed in that suit, the red suit. And if the Cups Constable is not scored, then all players are going to get exposed for all of the cards that they have in their reputation that match. So if you do make this surprise ball happen, you're probably going to score a load of joy, but also you're going to get a load of reputation, and those cards are going to go into the gossip, which is going to be potentially bad for both of you if you pull this off.
Yeah, we ought to go back to that original plan, Fred. That original plan. Maybe it is time for a dance.
maybe yeah.
Joe, can
Go ahead,
I
Chris.
explain something quickly?
Yeah.
On the rule, I think a really helpful way to think about it too is that the constables are sort of like they work for the what's it called, the Reformation of Manners, the Society for the Reformation of Manners. They're are the cops. So if they show up to the party, it sometimes becomes in our mutual benefit to suddenly tone it down, where we don't really want to score these higher things, because then the cops are watching this whole extravagant party happening with the mollies, and they go back to rat us all out. And same with the rogues, but they are mollies, but they're rogue mollies, so they're likely to inform. So also, if they're not involved in the party, if they don't have a good time, they go gossip.
Yeah.
So it helps me to understand just why that happens. And when they show up, we suddenly start to wonder, oh, do we need to change gears?
Yeah,
that helps. But a part of me thinks that I hate. I don't want to do things for the haters. It's like this party is starting to, something is happening, and I think that Chris and I were really on the same vibe. And I'm thinking, well, you know what? If they're gonna have to live with it, it's best.
We're on a clean slate. We can handle one big rager.
Yeah. I think we need to start big. So this is what I would do. This is what I would do, and I'm sure that Sam would be happy about this.
You have it?
Wow.
My friend Mark is going to be very disappointed if this doesn't go the right way. Mark Partridge here that I invited.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be disappointed. I can
He's
tell
gonna-
you.
He's gonna be
gonna-
very disappointed.
He's gonna hate you so much.
And
And I think yeah. Ooh.
yeah.
Are we
Fred,
playing
Fred,
a
you're
tag?
gonna learn a tough lesson today, Fred, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited to watch this on stream.
And
I
they-
tried to help you.
I knew it was gonna make you happy, so
All
so
right.
I did it for you.
Fred
Mm.
and I are here to party.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
This is perfect. Thank you.
Wow.
This is going to be so bad for both of you. I love this.
I'm gonna go ahead and pass.
Boring. Yeah.
Why would I'm not gonna partake in your shenanigans anymore. My friend
Well-
Mark is already very sad, so this is not it.
Well, Mark Partridge is fucked off. Mr. Davidson is questioning his sexuality. I'm actually pretty happy with the outcome of this party right now. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass. It's like but we need to draw another
yeah.
card, I guess.
No, so
right?
we do
No,
2 rounds.
that's
This is
it.
this
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
okay.
end. So
Wow.
now we evaluate what happened. So we have made a surprise ball. Well done. Good work. So Fred and Chris, you're both going to score the joy in stars on the desires that you played.
Okay.
So you're getting eight joy each.
Wow. They're happy.
Ash, this is I'm so sorry for us.
Yeah.
This is not how I wanted this party to go.
You know,
So
it was a good night.
the cards that you played that scored are then going to go into your reputation to the right of your player board.
That constable's gonna come back at you, Fred.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know,
boy.
but I don't care. I cannot
You-
live. I cannot live thinking of the constable. It's like at some point,
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
So these cards that didn't score are now going to go into the gossip, and any threats are going to expose some players. So the constable is going to expose everyone in the cup suit. So that means any card that's in your reputation that matches is going to go into the gossip. So the gossip is this face down pile over here. So Fred, your 2 cards here that you just scored are going to go straight into the gossip.
I feel like that's probably going to be bad at some point.
Yes, Fred, it is bad. But
Fred, look at the scoreboard. It was worth it for us.
don't
definitely.
don't listen to.
But then again, I
little
have
me.
a lot of those blue cubes, and I think I'm going to have big problems at the end of the week.
Yeah.
I just have to be less than Fred.
That's true. Yeah.
It's terrible.
But Fred's
So we
not
get
scared of
we
that.
get
Not
one
others.
cube for each of the cards.
For each
This
card
that
that
we
went
played,
in
yeah.
there, yes. Yeah. So that's now permanent reputation you can't get rid of. And then the rest of these cards are also going to the gossip. So these cards, so Sam's card would expose him in the red suit, but he doesn't have any cards, and same with Ash in the green suit. So they're just going to go straight into the gossip with no
They didn't get
repercussions.
to party. They didn't
didn't
get
get
to
to party.
party, Fred.
Uh,
So we're so screwed, bro.
We do get consolation cards, though.
Yes,
True,
yes. So,
true.
so for each card that you played into the festivity that goes into the gossip, you get to draw a card from the top of the deck. So if you didn't have a good time, at least you've got some new cards to play with.
Oh,
So
I'm gonna put,
I get 2 cards, right?
No, because you're scored.
Oh, but they went to the gossip afterwards. But if
Yeah, but it's
okay.
yeah, it's only if they didn't score.
I'm putting items out.
Thank you. I
Yep.
forgot.
All good.
Cool. So now the last thing that we do in the festivity is these bonuses. So if you look at the festivity ranking card again, down here, yeah, you'll see that each festivity has a community bonus. So that kind of black token with the house on it, that's the community. So for a surprise ball, the community is going to score 3 joy. And then the candelabra shows the player who ran the festivity, which is Fred. So Fred, you're going to get 1 joy for each matching reputation you have with the molly house that you started the festivity in. So you started it in the blue house, so you're going to get 3 bonus joy because you started it somewhere where people like you and they had a great time. So you get 3 bonus joy, the community gets 3 joy. And that is the end of the festivity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And where's the community joy tracked?
It's this black one here.
Okay, it's the black one here.
Yeah.
Oh, and who's at 0 at the bottom over there? Who's that? Who's that, Sam? Is this a player that is not on the? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You weren't on mute. When you...
The price of community joy, it seems, is teasing and pain.
Great. But yeah, so that was my turn.
That was your turn, yeah. So that is the big action in the game. All of the others are much quicker. So we're going to move on to Ash is next.
All right.
And then we refresh the market at the end of
yes,
turn.
At the end of turn. Yeah, you refresh.
All right.
Okay.
1 or 2.
1 or 2.
And I might grab this. I'll go 1.
Okay.
And then grab this 1 from the market.
Cool. So Ash is doing the indulge action. So you'll see each corner of the board is suited in a different suit. So Ash is in the red corner, which means Ash can take a matching card from the market. So there was a red card in the market, so they could take a card and put it into their hand. So that is the indulge action. It's very simple. So now Chris has rolled a market discard. So when the bottommost card is a desire, it just goes into the safe pile. If it's a face card, it goes into the gossip. So in this case, it just goes into the safe pile.
And similarly to Ash, I will just go here and take this card.
Cool.
If anybody wants to grab that 1, I think we could work towards a pretty nice little party christening. I got a 1. You got a 1. Look at all these 1s.
It's gonna depend on my role, Ash. It's gonna depend on my role, but you know me, I'm a community player.
You are. Let's throw you some little baby joy, 1 joy.
So my role was not what I needed for that.
So the 6 gets to the safe pile once again.
6 goes to the safe pile.
Yep.
And now, Sam,
I'll do the item.
can I ask you to do the item? Yeah, that would be
Yes,
great.
I was going to do the item. Yeah,
Perfect.
let's teach the game, Fred. Let's actually do some stuff. You know,
I threw a party, and we did the best combo you could do. I mean, what do you want me to do? Like, I've been an amazing host, and I need you to say it, Sam.
I'm actually going to do the newspaper notice.
Oh, okay. Sorry. This is the one I'm highlighting.
Great.
So I'll take this over into my player board here. Cool. We don't have to worry about what it does. Fred?
No, but when you take an item, you do a market discard.
Yeah.
So
the 1 is also in there.
This is
removing the 1. And Ash just said that we need more 1s. You know. So who's the community player now?
Not you and not me. You're correct.
All right, we are back to Fred.
Back to me. Okay. So I can either remove 1, 2, or 3.
Yes, exactly.
So that gives me actually quite a lot of options. And if okay, interesting. Because I can access yellow, and that would
Yes.
enable me to get this card.
You could grab that one.
Yeah.
I will explain. Lie low is another action that you can take that anywhere on the board, and that is just draw the top card from the deck.
And there is no way for me to remove some of those cubes, right?
No, those cubes are going to stick with you for the rest of the game.
I would love if there was a mechanic for me to give them to Sam, but
Of course you're looking for that. Yeah,
I'm gonna move
awesome.
3, 1, 2, and 3, and I'm gonna indulge, and I'm going to take that card with me.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't work. I need to drag and drop and move it manually. Great. So that was me.
Cool.
And Joe, what's the hand limit again?
6 cards. So if you have more than 6 cards in your hand at the end of your turn, you have to discard down, and your excess goes into the gossip.
Oof.
Ooh. So we can explain this. So this is going to discard 2 cards from the market, but the rule book says that you get picked up by a fellow in a fancy carriage who's going to take you anywhere you want on the board when you roll a double discard. So Ash, you can move to any space you like.
I might need to take the fancy carriage to get this fancy purse.
Ooh.
I like these bribes.
Oh, I probably should have done something like this. Maybe to remove some of those blue cards that I think are going to be a problem.
Which will discard this as well to the...
Yep. So it discards the bottom card from the market, and that's the end of Ash's turn.
Thanks, Fred.
I feel like Chris and I, we were on the same wavelength. We roll the same dice. We throw the same parties. I think there is a strong connection between the two of us.
Yes. Chris, would you mind showing us Cruise? Because we haven't cruised yet.
Oh, you're muted, Chris.
You're on. Yeah.
Yes, that is fine.
Thank you.
Wow. So now you're cooperative. Wow.
I cooperated fully with Fred in the first festivity. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So cruising. I moved into another red zone here, and in doing this, I will add a hearts card from my hand to my reputation. And then I can just get cards. How many do I draw?
So it's equal to your reputation in that suit. So you're
currently, or the one
current. So after you've played the card, so your reputation is now 2 because you have 2 red cards. So you draw the top 2 cards from the deck.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. You can draw up to 4 cards with Cruise.
Okay.
Cool.
One or two. I'll show the mechanic of lying low because that's the only one that we haven't actually done.
Yeah.
Besides the one that we can't do yet, which is accuse.
Yes.
So I'll move here, and I shall lie low by grabbing a card from the top of the deck and placing it into my hand.
Great.
Good action when you have none others.
Shall I go?
You shall go.
Yes.
Thank you. So 1, 2, or 3.
Okay, somebody's loading the dice.
Yeah.
Wow. Best roll in the game twice in a row. That's crazy.
Do I have any benefit of taking the newspaper notice, or?
So, it's a complicated card. You can either use it to try and catch up if you're really low on joy, or you can use it to turn into an informer immediately.
Ooh. I don't think I want to do that.
You're already acting like one, so you might as well commit to it, Fred.
No, I'm not. I think I'm going to take one of those ones that Ash has been telling me about. So I'm going to actually move 2 here, and I'm going to indulge, and that means that I'm going to take that blue card here.
We did lose 2 of them, so might not be it.
And I believe that's it for me.
Yes, yeah, that should be it.
A lot of threats in the open market, Fred. What are you going to do about it?
Well, it's not my turn, so I cannot do anything about it.
I'm just asking questions.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Moving. Yeah, that's great. I'm trying to have a party soon. I need to move around. But I'm just gonna move there and lie low.
Okay. I can't get the yellow threat cards out.
It's going to probably be up to Fred.
We know what that means.
Yeah. That's probably not for the best. Yeah.
I'll move 2 over and just take the jack.
Okay.
Pretty good looking. Wow, look at all these threats on the streets right now.
3. That's not what I needed. Oh, no. I didn't want that.
Wait a minute. When I roll it, I'm cheating. When you roll it, you are unlucky. It's like I'm a bit confused.
Yeah, Fred, don't just stop. Let me see what I wanted to do. I think what I'll do is I will start making my way over to the yellow area. We're going to 1, 2, and 3. And you know what? Maybe we should just, maybe we should just do a festivity, right?
Yeah.
Why not, right? So I'm going to take the candelabra, place it in front of myself here. And the community is going to start dancing. Let's see what they're going to do. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to rotate it. Oh, thank you. Okay, so the community is saying, yo, I got an 8. Well, did you guys have any ideas on what you wanted to do? Because I just started this thing, but I don't really have an idea.
I can help facilitate a dance, no problem.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you.
I can do a dance. I can help you with a dance.
I've got christening mollies for days.
Oh.
Send an olive branch, and this is what I get.
I'll start this off with this, because I genuinely think probably it's going to end up being a dance, because I just don't have a good cards to match. We'll see what Fred really feels. So Fred really feels a dance.
Yeah.
I
mean, you're asking, I'm delivering. I'm just a people pleaser, Sam.
Well, I'm glad for once you're actually thinking about me, because that's what I wanted this whole time.
All right, what are the chances we might christen this? Or
if you can swing it to a christening, I would definitely do that. Well, as long as I'm a part of it, I would choose that over.
It just looks like it would have to be in 7s because there are 2 8s.
Right. It would be tough.
These 8s are all out here.
My current hand is pretty rough.
I'll pass. I'm going
to
bed.
Ash, we'll talk later. We'll start up another dance later.
So say we make this a dance. I like my odds of being picked over Fred right now. So
Chris, can you go fuck yourself? Is it?
so
Oh
I
man.
have to play this card because it's my Molly House alias. It's Pretty Chris.
Yeah. Do you though? Yeah.
I'm obligated.
God.
Literally my Discord profile pic right now.
This
I like
is
The community came in with this big spin.
yeah, they came in with a little spin.
Yeah, they were crazy.
Here's the deal. I got to get back in this, so I'm gonna throw out this.
Ooh.
I want the joy. I want to be happy. Look at how sad I am right now. Okay.
Well, the thing is that Chris came to the party and he was dressed exactly like me. So you know what? I'm out. So
one of us has to change, and it's you.
Yeah, you wore it best, and I'm annoyed. Yeah, it's like I don't like it.
That's why I bought it party, Fred. I didn't believe in it.
So Chris, what are you gonna do? Are you also gonna pass or?
Yeah, I unfortunately have to pass. I can't contribute.
So you guys are both making me choose one of you to partake in this dance.
Well, that's correct.
That was the yeah.
Yeah. So here's the deal.
So Sam, let me talk. Let me talk.
Right.
I think
go
it's really
ahead.
important that you listen to me right now.
We've
been, I think, outside of the game, our relationship has been a bit tense lately, and I think that you picking me would be a nice step in the right direction after all the bad stuff that you've done to me. And I usually don't bring those personal things into the game. People know that toxic. I don't. Yeah,
this is toxic. Everyone,
He's
this is a bad relationship. What's happening out here on live?
Yeah, on live. Fred is gaslighting me right
now. Well, Chris, I appreciate you. What I will say is that Fred came in first. He came in to show, and you came in to spite Fred.
That's true.
And that's not the kind of community that I want to build around.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Fred's gonna dance with me. So we're gonna go 6, 7, 8. So I think does community go first? Is the order of scoring, or no, it's us. What's that? It's just the package. So
yeah, the order doesn't matter.
So I'm gonna get 8 points or 8 joy. Sorry, it's not points. We don't call it points. The community
gets 5.
Gets 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna let you guys know that I moved up the community 5. Wow. And then Fred gets that in his reputation. Does not score any joy though.
It doesn't for the community, no.
No, only if the community plays it, and it's part of the
exactly
set.
Yeah.
So this goes into my reputation here.
Yes. Yeah.
Correct. Oh yeah, and then these also go right. These would also go to my So I can put those into my reputation. Okay, so what do we have left here?
So this. So the community cards that score goes into the safe pile.
Yep.
And then everything else goes into gossip.
Crazy.
And Chris is going to draw a card because his jack went into gossip.
And then the community here, what do we got? So what house was I even out? Oh yeah. I was at my favorite house, Miss Muffs. So Miss Muffs, my matching reputation is 1. And we had a dance. So community goes up 1 and I go up 1. Nice.
Yep.
That's right.
Look at how like equal I am with the community joy. See, like my joy is it's with the community. Like I care about what they do. If they're not happy, I'm not happy, Fred. Like
it's beautiful. Yeah. I'm amazed.
Anyways, so all that to say, that was a good party.
That was a good party.
It's good for the community.
Not as good as the one at Julius Caesar Taylor's, but it was okay.
Oh wow. And that's your go.
Yeah, we're back.
Fredo.
It is. It is indeed. Whew. So is it the worst roll or the best roll, Sam? I'm a bit confused now.
It's the best roll in the game.
Okay.
Most options, best roll.
So I'm gonna move 2. And I'm gonna ask a question.
Yeah.
Is it a good idea for me to get those bad cards and get them into my hand rather than having them in the market? What should be done with
So
those?
I'd say at this point, there's only 3 cards left in the deck.
Yeah.
So when the deck runs out, that's the end of the week.
Yeah.
If you still have that, if you have that card in your hand at the end of the week, you have to reveal it, and it will expose you, and you have a jack of the matching suit.
Okay, so I don't want to do that.
Probably not. You probably just want to hope that they don't get discarded before the end of the week, I would say.
Okay. So I'm probably better off just taking the 8, for example. This 8, and then just making sure that the draw pile gets like thinner. Yeah. Okay, something.
Yeah,
like
I that's probably what I would do.
And that's the best way for me to get some cards, because if cruise would be only a 1 also. So yeah, that's probably the best thing I can do. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Wait a minute. Place it here, and I'm going to move it a bit. And I believe that's it for me, and I will refresh the market. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Oh yeah. I was wanting to throw a little party.
Ooh.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
There's a couple vibes this could go, but let's see what the community's up to first.
Oh, and you take the chandelier, right?
Oh,
yes. The
Yes.
candelabra.
Okay. There's a 4. 4 fans. Does anybody know?
I can easily facilitate another dance. That's probably about it.
I think that I would really like to see a christening happening.
Ooh.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, I'm stressed out.
You're stressed. And then worst case scenario, you know, it's possible we have a few threats to say.
Ash, is there a number you have in mind for the christening?
I was hoping for that 1, but I know 2 of them got discarded, so I don't really think that's realistic unless there's a rogue who wants to be.
If there is a rogue, we could do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Fred saying we could do it, but has never actually cared about the we.
Untrue, Sam. In the last 2 parties, my cards were pivotal.
I chose you.
Because I was pivotal.
True.
Yeah.
Just
and
in
I would,
case.
and I would prove that I would do everything I can to help once again.
All right.
But if 3 of you have the same number, or you know, we've got a 4. If 2 of you have 4s, we could pull it other way. We could swing other things.
I don't have the cards for that, unfortunately.
I don't have 4s, but a 4 is like the perfect card for me to help throw a dance. So just in case we can make that happen, I'm going to put this out there.
Wow. Once again, trying to usurp what you had in mind.
Yeah.
Chris.
This is insurance.
Wow.
Actually, Chris is awful. I just realized that.
This is getting a little gross. I'm just
Does anyone see how sad I am in this community? That's for joy.
It's true.
This community is not serving.
This was not meant to be a usurp.
I'm gonna say, just in case things go south, I'm gonna play out this 3.
Everyone's just in casing.
Whoa,
that's awful.
Fredo, do you have the 2?
No, I don't.
The 6 is in Sam's reputation.
So what I would do something in case things really go bad. I would do this.
Oh no! We're terrible.
I have
bad.
So many
community
cards.
I feel gross. I should have never done it.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh!
Interesting. Is there another 4 or a rogue out there?
One more back, friends. One more
rogue.
Or rogue.
Which would be really good to throw out. I don't actually remember if we've seen all the rogues. I should have been counting cards. You can do that, which is...
You should never count cards. You should vibe.
I like vibes better, but I'm just saying, the rogues are good to keep track of, Fred, because we care about the community here. So, interesting that you see a rogue in a console and you say, "Oh, I don't care that I see them." Yeah, that's gross, dude.
So,
Let's see what's going on.
Fred, is that blue or green with all your reputation? I can't tell.
It's blue.
It's blue. And then same with you.
Yes. Yeah, I have 2 blue.
You're all blues. Okay, I can't even take a retaliatory move either. Well, I'm just really banking on a christening. Here we are.
Okay.
Oh, well. If I play a Jack, are you going to pick mine or Fred's?
Yeah. Well, you were the first.
Wow.
You were the first traitor,
No,
Chris.
I was
just trying to save the party, whereas Chris was
Wow.
betraying you from the get-go.
Right.
I had my one ready to do the
No.
4 ones.
I know.
think, Fred, you're the one that solidified the deal on the dance is the problem.
A little bit so.
Did I?
So.
I'm not that sure. I think I did whatever I could to save the party.
Unfortunately, I have to pass. I can't contribute to a dance.
I am gonna play this out because I want a different card, which that's a good thing to explore the mechanic of anyways, to see why you might play another card out even if you don't think it's gonna apply.
Draw tokens.
Yeah, to get the draw token, yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. I'm gonna pass.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I play the 1 here.
So the highest values are always going to be the ones that score.
Okay, so I'm not gonna play anything.
No.
It's the 5, 4, 3. Yep.
Yep. So Ash gets to choose, because there's multiple ways of making this hand. Ash gets to choose which ones are going to score.
Well, the only choice really is the 4s, and we'll send the blue to gossip because of y'all.
I appreciate this.
I don't think that was necessary, but
this game very quickly became a 2v2.
I see how this is. All right. So the Jack scores, it goes to your reputation.
Yeah.
The 5 gets you 3 points. And then the 3 goes to your reputation, 3 points.
Correct.
Did somebody already move the community up 3 or no?
I have not. They're right with me again. Yeah, I move with the community. The community is with me, and I am with the community. Is all I'm saying. So, we're one. We're one.
And then these are gossiping.
Yes.
Oh, this is crazy.
So this is where the deck is empty. So players are going to get draw tokens to show that they get to draw cards at the start of the next week.
All right.
And now, even though Ash threw the party, I will take the candelabra, right? Because the
deck's empty.
You will do once we've done the bonuses. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
And then the community gets a bonus point.
Yeah.
For the dance. All right.
And then Ash, have you got any reputation?
You got 1 red, and it was at a red.
Oh yeah.
You get one. You get 1.
Yeah, you should get 1.
Yeah, that's true. Ash gets 1 bonus point.
Yeah. Remember what you all did to them.
Yeah. I forgot.
Just remember that.
I did open my doors.
Oh. Yeah.
So at the start of Chris's turn, which it is now, the deck is empty, which means the week has ended. So Chris takes the candelabra. And now we do the end of week steps. So the first thing is, if anyone has any threats in their hand, you have to reveal them now.
Da-da-da.
Okay.
Oh!
So Ash had a constable. This means Ash is going to get exposed in hearts. So they have a 1 one card. So that's going to go into the gossip along with the constable. And
One
then
red cube.
and then Ash is going to get a cube to replace that. So there you go.
Thank you.
Cool. And Ash, because you revealed a threat, you get another draw token.
Great.
Cool. So the next step is the society is going to investigate the community. So we're going to take this gossip pile now and shuffle it.
This is where all of the sins come to light. All right. So just remember what you did. Remember what you did. Fred and Chris. Fred,
if the blue threats come out, we're kings.
When you get hung, just remember you were kings.
Oh.
So we're going to remove a third of this deck, rounded down. So we're going to take 6 cards out, and then we're going to reveal the rest. And we're going
That's a
to
lot of cards.
organize them by suit.
So this is a very big amount of cards to start off. Oh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Look at you. Look at you.
Oh,
Yep.
Wow. This is oh my word. Oh Lord.
Nobody's
Wow. Was
They
it
said,
worth
I'm
it?
not scared of. I can't live.
it
by
was
myself."
100% worth it.
I regret nothing.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh my
It was
gosh,
awesome.
Julius Caesar's deserved better. Take care of your parties, friends. This is
Oh,
So that doesn't sound great, Joe.
Yeah, this is very bad.
This is a
Yeah.
terrible move. I can't believe you guys did this. Oh.
So each threat in a suit is going to produce 1 evidence against the matching Molly house for each other card in that suit. So let's start with Pentacles. Mother Claps over here is fine because there's no threats. Miss Muffs, so there's 1 threat, there's 1 Jack. So this is 1 times 1, which is 1 green evidence. So I'm just going to put that on Miss Muffs. Suki Bevels is 1 times 2. There's 2 other cards, so that's just 2 cubes on Suki Bevels over here.
Very
And
reasonable amounts for those 2
That's pretty normal.
houses. I'd say that's
Yeah.
pretty reasonable. Yeah.
And then what have we got? 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is
that's
10
10.
evidence.
Yeah.
10
No,
evidence against.
we barely have enough cubes. Yeah.
It's gonna
So-
raid immediately.
Like
It's being
we're
raided.
testing the limits of the system.
First
That's what's
week
happening,
of the
Joe.
game,
Yeah.
Fred. First
You
week.
know, you had some really good parties, but you didn't
Yeah.
think about the long haul. You didn't think about
Yeah.
more good parties later.
So if any Molly
He's-
house has
He
7 or
stand
more
that
evidence,
much. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
so Julius Caesar Taylor's has 7 or more evidence, so it will get raided right now. So we're gonna have to put this house raided token on the
Yeah.
board,
This is just oh my gosh.
and we're
This is
gonna
just-
remove
wow.
7 evidence from it.
Didn't have to be this way. Me and Ash know how to cook and still, score some joy here. Also help the
man.
community out quite a bit. We single-handedly got the community where it's at, pretty much. I mean, it's just crazy.
Absolutely.
What you boys did was just gross and irresponsible.
But everyone's still talking about it. No one's
Yeah.
talking about it.
to this day, we're still talking about it.
No
Yeah.
one gives a shit about your parties.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Hey!
Wait a minute, Chris. Was there another
Whoa.
party? I don't remember. Yeah.
What party? What are you talking about?
Oh no!
So what's going to happen now is you're going to get indicted for your crimes.
Yeah.
So the Society of the Reformation of Manners is now going to look for the players with the highest reputation in that suit. So Fred, you have 3 cubes, which is a reputation of 3. Ash, you have 0. Sam, you have 0. And Chris, you've got 2. So Fred has the most. So Fred, you are going to take a major indictment. So you're going to take a card from this deck and just put it into your... Yes.
Wait, major sounds bad.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Fred.
Yeah.
It's really bad. And you know what? Chris knew this would happen. He played you like a fiddle, Fred. He saw that he would only gain 2 and you'd gain 3. Stick with me, man. Stick with me.
Should I reveal my
so it is a secret right now.
Okay.
But we can explain what it means.
Yeah, sure. I'm showing it on screen.
So if you have this card at the end of the game, you're going to roll a die. And if you get the left result, you're going to lose that much joy.
Yeah.
If you get the right result, you're either going to lose joy if it says that, or if it's got the new symbol, you will get hanged and you will be ineligible to win the game because you will be dead.
You got murdered.
Yeah.
Joe, what's buggery? Committing buggery.
Buggery is an archaic British word for supposed unnatural sex, which does include it includes anal sex, but actually, like, within the remit of buggery is all sorts of, like, bestiality technically was part of buggery, like, back in the day, but generally it's kind of it's slightly outdated, but people do still use that word in the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Cool.
Well, I'm not sure it's cool.
It's very cool. But
well,
what a first week, man! Wow, that was like everything. So the thing is that there's usually 2 tokens that show that there are dangerous cruise lanes now, but I don't see them here.
Yeah, I think they're not. They've been missed from this mod, sadly.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, it's okay. We can remember that.
We'll just have to remember. But
Yeah.
so I will first explain that you need to place an encounter token. So both of the players who were just indicted, you have to choose. You've got these 4 encounter tokens, which are either above or below your hand.
Yep.
So if you take them into your hand and then flip them over, you'll have 1 informer token and 3 loyal tokens. And you're going to place one of them secretly face down on the nearest open molly house to you. So
I put all of them in my hand.
Yeah, if you put them all in your hand, and then then you can choose one. So Chris, you actually can't place it there because this house has been raided. So it would go to the nearest open one, which is Suki Bevels.
Right. Thank you.
And Fred, your pawn is on Suki Bevels, so you will also be placing a token on Suki Bevels. If you choose loyal...
Fred will put his on Mother Claps because he's green, I think.
Oh, sorry, Fred, you're green. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so you'll place yours on Mother Claps. Got confused there for a sec.
So, and what are the choices? So if I choose loyal and if I choose informer.
So if you choose loyal and the molly house is still open, so not raided at the end of the game, you get 2 bonus joy for protecting that molly house and staying loyal to it to the very end. If you choose the informer token, then if that molly house is raided by the end of the game, then you can ignore all of the indictments that you receive in the game, and you won't have to roll the die at the end.
Now that might sound tempting, Fred, but it's the wrong choice. So, maybe stay loyal to the community.
Well, I would make the decisions that I see fit.
Oh, wow. I will make the decisions that I see fit.
Good.
Why do I even come on here? Oh my gosh, this is just... Fred is just disrespectful.
And Ash, if you have to drop off, just let us know. That's fine. I know that you were supposed to leave at 45.
Yep, I'm about to jump off, but I played this game a bunch of times now. I don't know if I'm just playing with like most of my friends that are queer and trans, and we just don't shut down a house the first week. Never. This is cracking me up. Really impressed with.
And this was all just because I invited Chris. This is crazy. Like,
True. It's true.
Yeah.
What just happened was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, why? Why are you like that? This is insane.
Listen, we're still talking about the party, and it was the first
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah, Chris is prioritizing legacy,
Right.
This was such a pleasure. I'm gonna hop off, y'all, but
thanks a lot, Ash, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ash.
Good time.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Take care, y'all.
And I guess, shall we wrap up the week, and maybe you can explain, Jo, how you win the game at the end, now that we've done a full week, I guess, and people will have seen most of the mechanics.
Yeah, cool. So I should explain the other part of the informer game. So if you are an informer, you also have another route to victory. So the game will end in community infiltration if either all 4 molly houses get raided, or a molly house that's already been raided gets 7 more evidence against it. So, for instance, if Julius Caesar Taylor's got 4 more evidence against it, that would end the game in community infiltration. In that case, the scoring of the game completely changes. We ignore joy completely. Joy is not the victory condition in that ending. Only informers are then eligible to win. They must have closed down their molly house, and they would then score points based on how much evidence was created against the molly house that they chose to inform against, as long as it was closed down. And then they also score points for other players' reputation in that suit. So, for instance, Fred, if this is an informer token and we got to community infiltration, you would score 2 points for each evidence that was gathered against Mother Claps after it's been raided, and you would score 2 points for each reputation of the other 3 players in the game. Then you would lose 1 point for each of your reputation in any suit. And then the informer with the highest score then wins the game. You have to have a positive score to win. So it's possible to get a negative score, in which case you can't win. However, the community survival victory condition is that the community joy marker gets to 30 at 4 players. So you got up to 13, so you were kind of well on the way to getting there.
We were doing really well with the community.
Yeah.
Keeping it on track till the house got raided, and we all got scared.
There's 3 more houses, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Chris and I were going to throw
4 more
crazy
blue in suspicion cubes, and it's over.
Yeah. So basically, at the end of the week, if community joy has got to 30, then whoever's got the highest individual joy would be the winner of the game. The only action we didn't show was accuse. So now that 2 of you have got these encounter tokens on the board, someone could take the accuse action on their turn. So if you are on the same space as another player's pawn, you can accuse them of having betrayed the community, becoming an informer. You would then flip over one of their tokens that's on the board, and if it shows the informer, then you get 3 joy, the community gets 3 joy, and they are then a revealed informer, which limits their agency slightly. So they can't take part in any festivities at the molly house that they informed against, and they can't cruise in the adjacent spaces. And also, when they discard cards, if their hand size gets too big, the cards they discard go into the safe pile rather than in the gossip, because informers can use kind of overdrawing to then get cards that they want to in the gossip to try and close down the molly house they want to get rid of. So it kind of shuts off that avenue for them. But if you make an incorrect accusation, you lose 3 joy instead.
And the person that was incorrectly accused doesn't get anything.
No,
Okay.
they just get the satisfaction of seeing that joy go down.
Yeah. Which is, I think, already great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the token stays on the molly.
The token will stay there. Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't think there's anything that. Is there anything else that people who've played it think that we haven't discussed?
It looks like we've covered everything.
I think so.
I don't know, Chris, Sam, if you think about something, and if people in the chat have any questions, please let us know. But I feel like we've covered, yeah.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything. The item cards get all discarded, and then new item cards come out every week. So there will be a new set of options.
Yeah, that will be the cleanup phase of the end of week, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I had a really great plan coming up where I was going to use my my newspaper notice on my turn, no matter what happened, to clear out hopefully 3 of these yellows and get some joy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was running for that, so that would have been pretty interesting to see. Because depending on if Fred, there's just so much to think about. Because depending on if Fred put an informer or not an informer at that house, I might be like weary about that because I could be helping him.
Do you want to know?
Rated.
Because
I do want to know. Okay, see, so there you go. So it would have been okay for me to do that. I mean, it wouldn't have been good, but
let's look at Chris.
Come on,
let's see what
he pretends he knew that we were going to
flip it.
In his mind, he was an informer.
Yeah, that was crazy. How'd you switch that so fast before we revealed it, Chris?
Yeah,
that was wild.
Pretty impressive. And Timothy, we were playing on screentap.gg. But yeah, that was great. Thanks a lot, Joe, for this rolling teach. People watching, I hope that you enjoyed it and it made you want to bring this game to the table. So both Chris and Sam, you've played this game quite a bit already, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what is your impression so far, like as a kind of experience? Because for me, it feels very unique as a game. But I was curious to hear about you based on the fact that you've played so much more than I did.
Yeah. So my group, we play quite a lot of Pax Pamir and John Company. The previous 2 games from Wehrlegig before Molly House. And we just love these kind of heavy, really historically thematic games. And jokingly, because it doesn't absolutely fit the genre, but we joke that like this is Wehrlegig's party game. Just like we have a lot of fun with it. Like there's a lot more trash talk that goes on at the table when we're playing Molly House than whenever we're playing Pamir or John Company. A lot of laughs, and we just kind of like push buttons and pull levers. We don't really. No one's like playing super competitively hard, just trying to win at whatever it takes. Kind of like what I was doing here with Fred.
That explains everything. That explains everything. Wow. Doesn't play competitively. Oh my gosh.
And for you, Sam, how was
this? So this game is wonderful. I've enjoyed every game that I've played. I think one thing that I love about it is that, just like Chris said, you could I think it is really fun when players are playing a little looser. But I like that there are moments in the game where it can kind of close down to this really crunchy experience where you're thinking about all the cards you've seen. You're thinking about the safe pile. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, the constables and the rogues of yellow are already safe. We're good there, but I haven't seen this one. I haven't seen that one. And when everybody gets to kind of a comfort level with this game where they start kind of understanding all of those levers, it becomes very brutal. It can become very brutal, and it can become very cutthroat because you're looking for opportunities to, trash somebody's house that they have, a token on, for example. And there's like all these little ways that you can do that, whether that's taking part in the festivities or discarding cards at the end with a full hand. There's so many ways to manipulate the deck, and that really is the game. The game it's a card game. But it has this theater of play surrounding the card game, which is so easy to learn. So the difficulty and skill is learning how to run those festivities and how to kind of play those to your advantages, which I think is it's awesome. It's very clever and it's very unique too. Also, I am sporting the Molly House shirt. I don't know if everyone saw, but I love this shirt so much.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I'm a tiny bit jealous. I would say that. It's just when I feel like Wehrlegig is not supporting creators at the same level, and which reminds me that I should say something is that I would like to thank Wehrlegig for sending a review copy of this, which I haven't said at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah, I bought my copy of Molly House, Fred. I bought my copy. Get out of here! Get out of here!
I supported from the beginning. I didn't need a review copy.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I was backer number 6 or 7. That's my
awesome.
I forget what it was.
Your claim to fame, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the other thing that I love about it is the differing end game conditions. Because like Joe was explaining, there's multiple ways that the game can actually end. And then even within each of those endings, which players are actually able to score or have a chance to win is also really interesting. Because depending on, losing joy to those indictments, there's just so much. There's so much. And there's so much to chew on the more you play. So this would be, I think I've played fully 11 games so far, and I am not bored at all. I just want to keep playing. I think it's wonderful. I've enjoyed it more every single time I've gotten it to the table. And that's with different groups too.
That's really interesting because that's also the impression I got the first time I played at Aircon, was that at the beginning I had no idea what I was doing. I was just vibing, and then I think it was at some point during week 3 things started to click about what you could actually do, and it became so exciting. I still kept the vibe because I don't like to think too much when I play games, unfortunately. But I do like what Chris was saying, that it was like a crunchy party game, something like this. Like I still want to trash talk. Well, the thing is that I trash talk for every game.
I trash talk in every game.
I could trash talk playing a roll and write. So
you suck at Uno.
Yeah.
You suck at Uno, Fred. You draw the wrong cards. You play the wrong cards. So.
But I think it's quite interesting, and I really want to play it. The thing is it might be hard for me to play not online because living in France, I think it's going to be hard to find people to play a game like this because it's quite language. No, the rules are okay, but I mean, it can be really a hard ask to ask people who don't necessarily speak English very well to get into a game like this. But it's great that it's on ScreenTop.gg. I think I would like to find a few players to actually have a couple of games because I really want to get to the level that you were talking about, Sam, where it gets you can really think about how the different mechanisms work together. But yeah. Maybe to conclude, Joe, what's the next game? We're in a consumer society. You just released this. You spent so many years working on this, and we already don't care anymore. We want to know what's the new stuff that's coming up. No, but more seriously, how are you happy with the reception so far for this one? And yeah, what are you thinking about for the future?
Yeah, I mean the reception's been amazing. I had no idea what to expect. But yeah, I mean, apart from the obvious bigots who've said their piece, like the general reception has been really good. I think it's a weird game because the first 1 or 2 plays, I think people are very confused and don't really know what to do sometimes. So I've seen people write a review being like, I don't really understand what's happening, and then sometimes they'll come back and like edit their review and be like, oh no, actually I get it now. I get it. I see what's happening. So I think that's generally been the reception, is like, I think it's just unlike anything else. So people are starting to like latch onto it after a few games and really get it. And I think people are generally like really enjoying the theme, that it's like a totally different part of history that not a lot of people seem to know much about. So yeah, really pleased with how it's going so far. And yeah, so my next game is actually a word game, which I just signed a contract a couple of weeks ago.
Congrats!
That's amazing.
That's
Congrats.
awesome.
So cool. So
Who did
cool.
you sign with? Are you allowed to say?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say yet, so
Okay, so don't say
I will
anything.
not
Sorry.
say.
Yeah. And it's
Word game.
it's a word game. Like can you tell us a bit more about how it works?
So it's very simple. So it's kind of a flip and write game. So there's a deck of cards, and each card has 4 letters on it, and each player has their own individual sheet that they're going to try and make words on. And you're just going to choose one letter from each card and write it into the leftmost box of one of your rows, which kind of creates a word. So you have to write the word in letter order, but you can switch between words. Like on the next card, you could start the next word, and also when you reach a certain point in the word, you're going to unlock powers which then let you kind of break the rules of the game, write 2 letters from a card or write a wild letter or that kind of thing. So it's a very simple, but it's I'm really enjoying it, and people
that sounds really
like
fun. But yeah, well, really curious to see when it comes out. I might not invite you for a teach and play of this one because it might be a bit far from what I normally do. But I will most certainly. I think I would get a copy because it's definitely something that I see myself playing with family and everything. And I guess that's something that's also to localize in different languages. Yeah, I guess the letter distribution on cards might need to change depending on the language, but apart from this, it should be okay. But yeah, that sounds super interesting. Well, Jo, thanks so much for being here tonight, teaching the game, and having to witness Chris being an awful character. So that's really appreciate it.
Yes,
you stayed really really calm, and I think it's pretty impressive. But amazing work on this. I'm so happy that it's out. I want to play it more, and as you were saying, wrap my head around it and really appreciate it fully. And once you do another historical game, even if it's just a prototype, something you want to show, you're more than welcome to come over on the show, or for anything else, just let me know. Sam, you're banned. You're never coming again. And Chris, I'm giving you one more chance, Chris.
I'm glad that my last experience
says
was
loyal.
House.
Yeah, and
true.
For people watching, just a quick update on the channel. So you of course subscribe, like, and do all of those things. If you're one of those bigoted person that Jo was mentioning, please refrain from writing a comment because I won't care and I won't read it. And if you have nice things to say, you should definitely write a comment, maybe multiple ones with multiple accounts. I would like that. So that's great. Next Wednesday we're gonna be having a stream at 9 p.m. French time of Abemus Papam. I thought it was a perfect time to play a card-driven game about the Conclave, so that should be fun. We'll be playing with Paco Graday, the designer, and a few guests. And next Sunday is going to be May the 4th, right? And I believe that we had originally plans for May the 4th, but I will have to change them. So for May the 4th, I'll be playing with Joe Dewhurst, Star Wars Rebellion. So this is the plan for the channel. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.